Hey guys, Dan here with Battlefield Curator, and RTI just released their video of the last import of US carbines and M1 Garand rifles. M1 Garand rifles, I gotta watch this video now. Alright, so here we go. We're doing it live. Yeah, I've seen this intro many times before. Yuli out there with RTI, really going out there to Ethiopia and get these carbines and other weapons.
This is Uli and Shaw with Royal Tiger Imports and Into Ordnance. So I apologize for the long delay in posting a new video, but I was traveling in Africa, spent a little bit of time in the warehouses, and voila, see what we got here. So like I said, I spent a little bit of time. I selected all through the remaining M1 Carbines and M1 Garands, and I got all of our permits more or less exhausted, so got all the guns in which were approved on the permits, and there will be no more permits were basically granted by...
Alright, so first, I noticed right off the bat the M1A1 carbine. Yeah, that paratrooper folding stock is quite interesting. And then I also noticed on the bottom they got an M1 Garand and it looks to be a M17. You know, I've seen videos before where they said, these are the last ones, these are the last ones. So, which batch of imports are the last ones? You know, on their website and their listings, they say, hey, these ones are the last ones. Okay, well, you said that like maybe a year ago and they're still getting them in. So, are these really the last ones? That's my question. Carrying on.
This administration. So, what you have is in here, is what you get. And, you know, we will post, actually, we'll release the M1 carbines probably next week or the week after. But we will release 200 at a time. So you will have exactly the carbines, the manufacturer, you will have the serial number, you have the barrel maker, you have the barrel date, you have the bores. Actually, we will gauge the bore, so you have exactly the bore condition. And we will have the overall condition and finish of the guns listed on an Excel spreadsheet. So you guys can go on our website, you can check out the spreadsheet and order exactly the gun you want with serial number. But again, you know, the early bird picks the worm. So guys, if you want something really cool and really rare, you just call us immediately or email us or somehow contact us over Facebook.
All right, so yeah. These weapons, they're hard to find, yes, but, you know, it's a good thing that they're probably starting to go through and look at the condition and, you know, give the buyer the best condition weapon. Now, they do upcharge for those services, so, and they're already pretty high priced. Yeah, and these weapons are coming out of Ethiopia, and they could have a lot of history tied to the theaters of World War II in that region, or even in Europe. So, you know, let's see. Early bird gets the early worm, I guess.
And we'll try to accommodate you. I can only tell you one thing, guys. There are so many rare guns in the shipment. We have a few urban Petersons. We have very early M1 carbines, 4-digit serial numbers. I mean, it is amazing. Only 4 digits. I've never seen this before. And again, so let's get right into it. Again, this was the last shipment of the M1 carbines, M1 Garands, and P17s. There will be no more. So what we have is what we got. And just anyways, Shaw, tell us what we have here.
Sure. Well, this is an incredibly special shipment. It really is. It's a shame that it's the last of what we have access to, but nonetheless, we're going to make the absolute best use of it and make sure to get you exactly what you want as the customer. Starting with what we have on the table, of course, the star of the show up front is the M1 Garand. This is the first time that we've got Garands in, and it will be the last time. What we have is what we have. That's the end of the deal. And of course, we have our M1917 Springfield. I believe that one is a Eddystone manufacturer. Of course, then after that, we have our restored M1 Carbines. Those are a popular bestseller, and in the future, we are looking to restore M1 Garands as well. So keep an eye out for those. And of course, to finish off, we've just got some standard M1 carbines, and a popular one is with the paratrooper stock.
So, and you know, as you folks know, Inland only made the ones for the paratroopers, so we were able to get a few of the paratrooper stocks, and you will see this option available as well. So an Inland with a paratrooper stock. Keep an eye open, and we'll do a video on the M1 Garands as well. Later down the road, we will get them all basically disassembled, cleaned up.
So it looks like they'll be coming out with these weapons in as-is condition, and then they'll be doing a refurbishment and offering them as refurbs. Now, the only thing I would probably say, you know, with that, you have to also remember that they do import mark these. So for a collector looking for non-import marks, and, you know, as-is condition, it's pretty historic nonetheless, but these rifles were stored for so long, they might show a lot of wear on the metal and the wood. You can see that M1 Garand down there on the bottom. It does have that cracked piece of that foregrip, or that forewood just missing out. So
refurbished, gauged, and so on and so forth. It will be basically, once we're done with it, like a brand new rifle. With similar, you can buy over at the CMP. And again, we have low serial numbers on the M1 Garands as well, and we will do the same thing like with the M1 Carbines. So we have a list of guns, serial numbers, and gauged bores, manufacturers, and so on and so forth. But like I said, we will refurbish them. They will all get brand new stocks, and the gun will be looking similar to the ones from CMP. So I will put you right into it now, into the actual footage. Enough talking, so we'll show you now how it was in Africa, and stand by. Here we go, Tiger Imports. I'm here down in Ethiopia in the warehouses, and we just selected the last of the good M1 carbines, so there will be a batch of 2,500 coming in. There are all kind of different manufacturers. We also have some very early ones. We have some Urban Pattersons in there as well. Early IBMs, National Postal Meters, Inlands, and so on and so forth. So stay tuned on the website, check what's coming in, and this is really the last batch. Once they're gone, there will be no more, and we're getting only 2,500, and that's it. There will be nothing coming anywhere into the country. So stay tuned, and I will post this video when I return from Ethiopia, so you guys can check it out. Thanks for watching, and God bless America.
all right, so what he was holding was a very early M1 carbine, and it looked like it was in really good condition. So there's still some good condition M1 carbines out there. Now, I've ordered quite a few M1 carbines from Royal Tiger and some other weapons, and out of the M1 carbine batches, I do say they are the most well kept internally. The internal components are very good condition. Now, the exterior condition of these, you know, maybe 80%. And I think, you know, so out of the ones that I got, I'd say one was probably like a 90%, maybe a 85%, and then the other two were around the 80% as far as condition went on the exterior. So bore conditions, though, were really good on all of them. So they shot really well, and they functioned flawlessly. So I would say, you know, these are, you know, probably really good, you know, as far as the internal components are concerning the internal components. He's got a Irwin Pedersen there, very early. I don't know what's going on here. Monkey butt. Oh, exotic wildlife. Okay, so that's cool. He kind of shows you what the landscape looks like. And yeah, now he's got his crew. Those guys look like they helped out organize them. Some more monkey butt. I don't really necessarily... Those things are fierce. I've heard they'll tear you up. Those baboons will. Don't want to mess with them. All right, look at all that history right there. My gosh. Can you imagine walking into a warehouse full of that much history? 30-round magazines. I saw some original early ones in there. You know, that's pretty cool. It's a lot of boxes to ship over to the U.S. Oh, man. They do a really good job over there, you know, getting these rifles back to the States. You know, I think Yuli's doing a good job preserving history.
This is Shaw with Royal Tiger Records, and we just wanted to show you a little bit of how we uncrate and unload our new shipments. And here comes Uli now with one more box. Hey, Uli, what do we have in this box?
Hey, Shaw. So what do we have in this box? Well, it's with a carbine, so M1 Garands, and folks, 2 weeks ago. I just selected them. They were packed, upgraded over. They just arrived here in our warehouse. We have beautiful M1 carbines, very low serial numbers, 4-digit serial numbers. We have original urban Talismans. We have very, very early guns here, and also M1 Garands. Very nice guns, and actually we have 2-digit serial numbers in this shipment. So this is pre-production on 1937. Anyways, guys, you will see a video with all the guns you just received. It is really cool stuff, and this honestly is the last stuff which will be coming in on the US product, since the new administration they issue no more return laws within it. So what we have is what we got, and there will be no more, but I'm very, very proud, guys, to have this stuff here, and you will see beautiful US World War II products and firearms. Anyways, so we will get back with you. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned.
Huh. Interesting. All right, some more warehouse shots. So it appears that...
Hey folks, before we end the video, we just wanted to show you some of the reproduction accessories that we offer. Recently, we've got the...
Yeah, I've seen that as on their website.
Canvas pouches, as well as magazine pouches, M1 Garand slings, M1 Carbine slings, reproduction M1 Carbine butt plates with the screw, which we currently have listed online.
I'd say really you just need a sling.
Reproduction magazines. These magazines actually feature the U mark on the back of the magazine, manufactured by, I believe, Union Hardware. It is a really, really well done set of reproduction items, and we'd love to see you purchase them along with your M1 Carbine. Thank you very much for watching, and God bless.
Oh, man. So, November looks like the release date for these M1. Look at that M1 Garand there. Man, that M1 Garand. Oh, man. It's seen some stuff. It's been there, and it's got a nice little crack on that forewood. Oh, man. There's another one underneath it there. Oh, man. So, condition-wise, these are probably going to look just like the M1 Carbines that you had seen from them within the last 2 years. You know, cleaned up, they probably clean up pretty well. I'd say, you know, if anything, these will be really good shooters. Some of the very early ones, now, that would be interesting if they actually had the early gas trap models. That would be interesting. Now, when it comes down to it, these carbines and M1 Garands are highly sought after by collectors. But I don't think that, you know, just depending on what price they put on it, you know, I don't know if how many people will actually be interested in buying them, but it appears that they keep raising the price as the demand goes higher for these M1 carbines that they already have on their website. So I won't doubt that the M1 Garands will also be at a pretty high price point, just depending on the condition and all that. And then, you know, it seems like if nothing's really moving, they might have a sale. So I would say look out for those sales, you know, stay on the email, get on their email listing and see if you can, you know, get a good deal on something if you're interested. M1 Garands are also hard to find you out there in the wild, you know, and if they are in a shop, they might just go, you know, pretty fast. So M1 Carbines, M1 Garands, they're in pretty high demand. Right now you can get M1 Garands from the CMP, like Yuli said earlier in the video, and they're actually in really good condition compared to what the condition of these are that I'm looking here on screen. So, in my opinion, you know, I would say, you know, see what the reviews look like, maybe see what people say about them. If you're interested in this kind of history, maybe you want an M1 Garand that had been sitting in Ethiopia for the history portion. I'd say these, the price points on these are more or less based upon the historic aspects and the shooter aspects. Now, the M1 Garand, the bore condition, that would be interesting. I'd like to see what some of the bores look like on them, and if they're shootable. So, you know, looking forward to November to see what they actually are going to come out with, what the photos are going to look like. You know, they're probably going to do some light cleaning on these. So, yeah, exciting times. Yuli over there, Royal Tiger Imports, coming out with some more inventory. Apparently the last ones here. So, yeah, if you like this video, share it with your friends. Check us out on Instagram and Facebook. You know, this is just my opinion on, you know, what Yulee and Royal Tiger Imports is doing over there. Bringing history over to the U.S. And, you know, of course, the collector market is huge. It's growing, and the demand is high for these weapons. So, you know, it's always good just to learn history and curate history. Make it a great day.